I stand before you today ready to immerse myself with you in this profoundly vital conversation dedicated to eradicating the scourge of homelessness and restoring fundamental human dignity. And you talked about the value of partnership, and that's why I'm standing here. Because who is better to guide our dialogue to illuminate the path forward than Undugu Society of Kenya? I recall some years, maybe it was 2 years back, that I went to the offices in Westlands and I met this, I want to call them green, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed team who are really willing to work with us. This was just before this foundation had made its decision to work, because of course we have something called the Global Innovation Challenge, and the theme of homelessness was given out to all the countries. And Kenya typically gives a lot of submissions. In fact, I think in that particular year we had we were third in the number of submissions given. So it's really great that Undugu Society of Kenya was the one that was given the grant. For over 5 decades, Undugu have stood as an unwavering beacon of hope, relentlessly mapping the intricate landscape of homelessness, mobilizing crucial resources, and ceaselessly striving to rescue, rehabilitate, and reintegrate our street-connected communities back into the fabric of society. Their enduring legacy and profound expertise are truly unparalleled. I was looking at this image here and I recalled the first time I traveled to India. I was going for a quick meeting at the time with a bank, and seeing the expressways. And some of you may know or have been, and you just see like literally under the expressway, street families living like home, as in washing clothes, living, and it's street families, people who have moved, of course, from the rural areas into the urban areas. And so it begs the question how the fabric of the society through its families have broken. If you think about, earlier on we were being asked to recall 5 years. One of the things I forgot to mention is that, of course, living in Mombasa and the rest of the family living here in Nairobi, the number of visitors we would have. You wouldn't know. I'm the first grandchild, so my aunties were literally, and uncles were literally my siblings, because they were in the house. We were all in the house together. And it was not about a bedroom. It was about space to live, and you would fit in, and it was not a big deal. But now we have made it such a big deal that we can't share our space. We're so comfortable in our environments, we do not want to share. It is actually one of the root causes of many issues of our society. But the issue of homelessness in Kenya, particularly within the pulsating heart of our vibrant city of Nairobi, is not merely a challenge. It is a profound moral imperative that demands our immediate, unwavering, and sustained attention. Homelessness, as we collectively understand, transcends the simplistic notion of inadequate shelter. It represents a fundamental assault on an individual's inherent dignity, systematically stripping away access to the most basic human needs: sanitation, clean water, safety, and security, which are the bedrock of a fulfilling life. Furthermore, within Nairobi's sprawling informal settlements, where a staggering 60% of our residents find themselves, an alarming 95% of individuals live under the constant shadow of streetism, surviving on precarious and often unsustainable livelihoods. This is a crisis of epic proportions affecting millions. At City and the City Foundation, we recognize that safe, affordable, and stable housing is not merely a convenience. It is a foundational pillar, a key determinant of the economic and social well-being of individuals. This deep conviction, we are leveraging our extensive global network and substantial resources to proactively identify and vigorously fund innovative, scalable solutions for this pressing humanitarian issue. This deep conviction is precisely why the City Foundation proudly made homelessness the central focus of our 2024 Global Innovation Challenge. For those who might know, this grant rolls over for 2 years. And that's why, the reference to the honeymoon. So we're still at it. Through this ambitious initiative, we are honored to be supporting 50 pioneering community organizations around the world, each one bravely advancing cutting-edge solutions to the multifaceted and complex issue of homelessness. Undugu is empowering thousands of young people, providing them with critical vocational training, essential entrepreneurship skills, indispensable access to legal aid, and invaluable family support. When we did the launch, it was great to see some of the recipients, some of the grantees, talk about where they had come from and how this program was impacting their lives positively. Beyond direct services, Undugu is astutely leveraging the irrefutable proof points emerging from this project to actively engage in crucial policy reforms, advocating for systemic changes that will create lasting impact. So today's roundtable is far more than just a meeting. It's a crucible for indispensable dialogue. But as was said earlier, it is about finding recommendations, actions speaking louder than words. And your voices will be, and experiences will be very important in driving the path forward. Your presence here, each and every one of you, is not merely valuable. It is absolutely invaluable. By uniting our strengths, our hearts, our insights, and our unwavering determination, we possess the power to translate these critical discussions into tangible, impactful actions. Together, we can develop clear, actionable plans, meticulously identify existing gaps, and steadfastly work to reduce and ultimately eliminate homelessness in all its forms. It's a big task, but you start from somewhere and we start making progress. We're not merely hoping, we're committed to actively realizing a future where every vulnerable child, every youth, and every family in Nairobi has the undeniable opportunity to thrive, completely free from the suffocating grips of streetism and homelessness. Our collective vision is a vibrant community where dignity, abundant opportunity, and equitable justice are not abstract ideals, but concrete realities accessible to all. And for me, what stood out for me is a theme: eliminating homelessness and indignity. And so I thought, a nation is not judged by the towers it builds, but by whether its most vulnerable citizens can stand tall within it.